Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be on port forwarding. In my previous video when we were installing Apache on Ubuntu, I had one of my subscribers leave me a comment asking to make a video on port forwarding. So here we go. So basically what I did is I created two networks. That way you guys can't get my IP because I've been DOS attacked before, and let me tell you, that's not fun. So the IP of the other network would be 10.100.24.10. Be your public IP that your ISP would send you. And as you see, we can't connect to it because the ports are all closed. By default, your router or firewall closes the ports. So let's just switch over to the server that I VNC'd into. Now if we go in here, we're going to need the IP of your web server, which is 192.168.1.11 for my server. The IP will be different for your circumstances. My next video I'm going to be showing you how to set a static IP on Ubuntu server. So now we got the IP address. Let's just go to the firewall. Open up your web browser. So for this network, it's 192.168.1.1. Type in the passphrase. Your firewall router. You should know that. If you haven't changed it, it might be admin or something. So now that we are in here, now I'm using pfSense. It might be a little bit different depending on your router. Each brand is a little bit different, but you'll be looking for something that says like forwarding or port forwarding or that sort. For me, it's under firewall and then NAT. So I go in here and I click add. Now we want this to be set to TCP. Leave the interface somewhere on. And we don't want to disable the role. And we're going to enter 80, which this is what on the outside of your IP, your public IP, they would type in your IP address, which web browser automatically figures is going to be a port 80, but you could put like port 81, then they would have to type in port 81 after the IP address, but we're just going to leave it to 80. And then this would be the IP of your server, 192.168.1.11. It will be different for your case. Now this is on the LAN side. So on the public IP, they type in port 80, and then your firewall or router will redirect the port on the internal network to this IP, and you can type in like port 81 if you had a service running on port 81. But for us, we're just running Apache on port 80, so we don't need to redirect the port to a different port than what was typed in on the public IP. So now we got that all set up. I'm just going to enter web server for a description. Your router might not allow you to add a description, but I'm just going to do that. It keeps everything, if you keep descriptions, it makes life a whole lot easier. And then you might have to reboot depending on your brand of firewall, but I'm just going to hit apply. And there we go, we're done. Now if you go under here the roles, it should have automatically generated us a role for that. So as you see, it did. So on the local side of this, so if I type in my internal IP address is 127.0.0, we get the default Apache page. So now, in theory, if this all worked, when I go over here and we reload this, we now get Apache's default page. So that's how you, and my coder is overloaded. That's how you port forward. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe and like, and it might be different depending on your router. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll help you. Just leave me like what model or router you're running. But I highly recommend pfSense. You can use pretty much any computer to run it, and I'll leave a link in the description on installing pfSense. So if you want to run pfSense for yourself, you can. It does so much more than a box store router does. So see you guys later.